Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, one of the premier family and beach vacation destinations in the United States, attracting over 15 million visitors each year. With 60 miles oceanfront, more than 100 championship golf courses, plus amusements, attractions, live entertainment, history, culture, dining, and shopping, Myrtle Beach is truly America's beach playground. And while the pristine beaches remain the #1 attraction, for decades the Myrtle Beach Pavilion was a popular attraction for families.
The pavilion itself was to me the heartbeat of the Grand Strand of Myrtle Beach, and that's what was the big draw, I think, back in the 50s and 60s that focused on tourism and enhanced people to come down.
But in 2006, the private owners of the Myrtle Beach Pavilion decided to shut the park down, leaving a huge void in downtown Myrtle Beach.
But I was very disappointed in that part of history of downtown Myrtle Beach was going to go away forever.
We ended up with a vacant piece of land that had nothing, and then it sort of was very disappointing to people that were coming down that had always visited the pavilion back when they were growing up, wanted to show it to their kids, and that was just not there.
And without a major draw, downtown merchants and businesses began to quickly suffer the consequences. Businesses closed, jobs were lost, and the iconic location of Myrtle Beach was quickly becoming an eyesore.
Our business dropped drastically during those years.
Our people were very distressed that we might close.
The Myrtle Beach Downtown Redevelopment Corporation studied many alternatives to enhance the downtown area, but most would require redevelopment of private property and substantial funding. That's when the talk of an oceanfront boardwalk began.
The boardwalk itself was something that we felt like was needed to enhance tourism back down to the main part of Myrtle Beach, back down to where the action takes place.
This is going to be great. This is something that will bring people back to the downtown area.
Council really looked hard at the boardwalk. We had to first overcome how are we going to finance this.
Financing the boardwalk became a secondary concern to Myrtle Beach City Council when the national recession hit in 2008. The vitally important tourism industry of Myrtle Beach began to dwindle significantly. Something needed to be done quickly to keep tourism afloat in Myrtle Beach.
Tourism is what our industry is in this town. Without the tourism, then we're done.
That's when Myrtle Beach City Council passed the innovative Tourism Growth Initiative. Facing economic decline, city leaders invested in tourism promotion and tourism-related infrastructure using a penny sales tax.
That was going to be strictly to raise money to advertise, promote tourism outside of the area, but also 20% of that money would be able to be kept that could use for capital improvements related to tourism. We knew we would get money, but we didn't know exactly how much.
But in the midst of a major recession, using funds to build a boardwalk did not sit well with many critics. After all, when facing the Great Recession, most cities cut their budgets and scaled back on new programs.
We heard from the critics to begin with, why are you going to spend this money and build this boardwalk? And my answer was that, number one, it's a necessity. It's something that's needed to put some back into the city, back into the beach. We needed a new hook for tourism.
From the outset, the Tourism Growth Initiative was a huge success. For the first time, Myrtle Beach could advertise on the national level and extend its promotional reach beyond the traditional regional markets. The Myrtle Beach brand was carried into new markets, additional air service was added, and millions of dollars of free publicity were leveraged. While advertising is important, giving a facelift to iconic Myrtle Beach was essential. The Tourism Growth Initiative provided the funds to take the boardwalk from just an idea to a real design.
Well, we got the call and asked if we'd be interested in helping with some conceptual designs of how a boardwalk might look.
In fact, making the bold decision to move forward with the boardwalk project in the midst of the recession actually helped the city of Myrtle Beach with funding.
This thing hit the street when most of the contractors were really starving for work. So the vision of the city to move forward with this project could not have possibly been better timed. Our initial budget for the boardwalk was in the range of $10 million. And the low 3 bids were in the 6.1 to 6.3 range. So, the city effectively saved about $4 million by moving forward with this project when they did.
We passed the ordinance to build the boardwalk. We had the money, knew where it was coming from, and we just told our people, get it built quickly.
And quickly they did. Engineers fast-tracked the design and approval process, securing state and federal permits in record time. Construction began on the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk in the fall of 2009. And remarkably, the ribbon cutting for the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk took place just a few short months later, in May 2010, to overwhelming positive reviews.
The boardwalk has greatly increased traffic. If anything, we're double the traffic that we had at the height of the last 50 years.
It increased business, it increased the flow of traffic around the area. The people had something to do, whether they were young or old. They would eat dinner and they would stroll on the boardwalk, or they would get up in the morning, run on the boardwalk, walk on the boardwalk. It was something excellent. It was a great thing for the city. We're really happy that the city did it for us.
And with the construction of the boardwalk, savvy business owners saw the potential of what a new oceanfront boardwalk could do for their business, and they invested in upgrades as well.
So when we realized that the city was serious and it was coming, we jumped on the bandwagon and we got ready as fast as we could also.
The Collins family at 2nd Avenue Pier became one of a number of businesses around the boardwalk to either upgrade or invest in new construction projects.
The boardwalk has brought about $20 million worth of new investments from the private industry to Myrtle Beach. That's been very significant.
New businesses opened up in downtown Myrtle Beach, including restaurants, retail, and entertainment attractions. Perhaps the most iconic private investment is the Myrtle Beach Skywheel, something that would have never happened without the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk. And of course, this created new jobs and attracted more tourists to Myrtle Beach. In recent surveys of tourists, 2/3 of tourists visiting Myrtle Beach reported having visited the new boardwalk. The boardwalk has become everything the city of Myrtle Beach had envisioned.
This was a career opportunity for me personally and for this firm to put a mark on Myrtle Beach that people recognize, that people talk about.
Probably one of the best things that ever happened to this area was the boardwalk, the building of the new boardwalk.
The number one thing I like about the boardwalk is just being out in the sun and seeing all the neat places around.
I really like the boardwalk. It's got a lot of different shops and scenery and everything and people and all that stuff. We're enjoying it so far.
What I like the most about the boardwalk is the fact that they have concerts and fireworks and just good stuff for everybody around.
I like Dirty Dawn's. That's a great place to eat, and the Skywheel's awesome too. Yeah. I just like seeing the entire place of Myrtle Beach. It's just nice to look and have fun at Myrtle Beach here. They have the ocean, the perfect view of the hotels and all of that. I just love this place so much. I could come here every day if I could.
Well, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud to have been a part of it. It's not about doing something to get name recognition and all. It's about doing what is right for the business community in this town, about tourism.
So, with a majorly successful landmark project completed, what can the city of Myrtle Beach possibly do to top the boardwalk?
I want to see the boardwalk expanded.
We're looking at the potential of going 1 mile north and 2 miles south. If we get that done, it'll be the longest boardwalk in America.
I will not give up. I will continue to try. Whether I'll be successful or not, I don't know, but that's here to be seen.